welcome back to another amazing episode of the Sons of Anarchy Prediction Show with Toph and AJ.
I'm Toph.
And I'm AJ.
And let's get this started off with...
The recap! Jax and Chibs take a rough, emotional tour through TM. JT's bike is destroyed, and I know you all thought about it, and don't worry anymore. The tabletop survived.
And Jax started to have a little pity party until the VP stepped up with that gavel, looked him right in the eyes and said, "We're gonna get through this, brother. You hear me?"
The crew gathers at Gemma's dining room table to speak with the Kings for the first time since the explosion.
Yeah, Galen gives them the terms of their betrayal. Yeah, he lets them know that if they don't orchestrate the perfect transition of gun purchasing, that they will blow up every charter from Belfast to San Bernardino.
Galen doesn't care about votes. He doesn't give the club time to do so, but they do nod one by one, and the deal is made.
Yeah, and to the King's surprise, Jax still has their dudes alive. Yeah, and all of a sudden, bing! Holy shit, Galen was blowing smoke up her ass the whole time and making Jax look bad.
And after that phone call, Tig informs Jax that all charters have confirmed for the meeting in Chester. Tara tells Jax that she's going to St. Thomas for a precautionary ultrasound, and two birds, one stone, also meet with Lowen.
Yeah, and Gemma shows up right before they all leave via police escort from meeting Nero at the sheriff's office. Jax gives Mommy a hug and says, "Hey, will you look after Tara? I don't want her to be alone."
Jax tells Gemma to tell Clay to move forward with the IRA to become the guy on the inside.
"Don't worry, though. No conjugal needed this time, Ma."
Gemma immediately visits Clay to inform him on Jax's request and to ask for help with Nero since he owes her one.
Yeah, he does. Whew. So he lets her know exactly how crazy Torek was, and also that he would stop at no lengths to destroy the club.
After freaking out at the station earlier for not being able to see Nero, Gemma just barges right into Roosevelt's office to find the DA.
Yeah, and she lets that DA know, look, Torek set Nero up. Torek was brutally messing with Otto Delaney every single day just to get back at the club.
So the boys are on their way to Chester, and on their way they get pulled over by the Eden police. And for what? Speeding?
Yeah, and those intolerant cops let them know that there was a Harley shop recently burglarized, so they're going to have to take their bikes away and check them for stolen parts.
And right before they get out of there, Juice, mouths off, he gets handcuffed to his bike. They shoot out his back tires, and they say, "We know you're all about the brotherhood. We know you're not going to leave a brother behind. We're out of here."
No, they're not. Juice, out of nowhere, grows a set of balls and whoops the cop's ass. Takes his gun, takes his bike, and they peel out. And then the cops are after him. Juice jumps off the bike into the van that Rat Boy's driving.
Badass.
They totally get out of there whole.
Eli tells the DA that he believes Nero was set up by Torek, and that he knows Torek was on her payroll. So she suggests that they go check out his hotel room.
Yeah, and then she takes over his office for some super suspicious phone calls, which she had to take in private.
Eli and his right-hand man go to the hotel room and immediately smell bleach, find multiple weapons and some crazy medications.
Not to mention a poor patch job in that carpet showing 2 bullet holes. Ding, 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 we have a killer. Yeah, that's right, the DA shows up and it's like, shit. Well, none of this really matters unless the DNA proves it.
The crew finally arrives to the meeting and finds out that Bobby was there too.
Yeah, and Bobby and Jack share a really awkward hug right before Bobby lets him know, "Hey man, I got some really important stuff. Can I bounce it off of you after the meeting?"
All the members take a seat and the meeting begins.
And Jax delivers an insanely powerful monologue, basically asking the entire club to leave guns behind and enter in a new world of pussy.
And right when you think that they're unsure, Chibs starts, and the whole club loses their shit.
The Sons of Anarchy are reunited and ready to turn over a new leaf.
Jax and Bobby have their little conversation, and Bobby hands Perez some transfer paperwork for the other guys.
Yeah, but not for a Nomad crew. He was out recruiting for Sam Crow the whole time. He lets Jax know, hey man, I don't want a gavel, I don't want nothing. I did this because I love this club. And I love you, man.
Unser and Tara take the boys to the hospital, and Tara finally takes Unser up on his offer for the help.
Yeah, and right as she's finishing up her Reader's Digest version of the story, Wendy shows up to find out that Unser is now a helping hand.
Tara meets with Lowen, and to her surprise finds out that the DA is on her way with a deal. Tara reluctantly takes the meeting.
Yeah, well that brazen DA, she shows up and flat out tells Tara the only deal that she's gonna get is a good wife for a bad husband.
Tara defends her love for her husband not once but twice, once to the DA and once to Lowen. She tells Lowen, I have no interest in a deal.
Yeah, so Lowen lets the district attorney know that, and district attorney goes into the bathroom, takes off her Oprah wig, looks herself in the mirror and says, it's time to go hood, sister. Walks out to Tara, lets her know her hearing is now 3 weeks earlier than planned, and she's the attorney.
Gemma checks in at Diosa Norte and says, hi Lila, how you doing? She's like, hey, there's somebody in Nero's bedroom, and she's upset.
Yeah, and guess who it is? Venus Van Dam. I never thought I'd see her again. Apparently her and Nero go way back. Apparently a past lifetime even.
Mm-hmm. So the boys visit the chop shop and tell the cops, hey yo, if you ever talk about what went down today, we will expose your chop shop. But before we leave, you gotta do something else. I want you to apologize to every single one of my members.
I'm sorry for my behavior today. Enough about the recap. We're here for predictions. Let's get to our first segment.
Friends!
Prediction number 1. Nero, he's an old school cat. He ain't no rat. He's gonna get pushed by the DA to turn in Sam Crow over some bullshit. Ain't happening. He ain't turning.
Prediction 2. Wendy, oh, you poor thing. She's finally gonna crack. She's gonna spill the beans to Gemma, which leads Gemma to confront Tara. Oh.
And prediction number 3. Jax is gonna go up to August Marks and be like, hey buddy, listen up. I hate to be the one to tell you this, but the IRA, yeah, they're busting Clay out of prison, taking him to Belfast, and making him the Northern California gun runner. And on top of that, if this is going to work at all, you have to be okay with it. And that brings us to our next segment.
Both. Prediction 1. We decided to think a little like Kurt Sutter. Something coming out of nowhere? Topher and AJ, we got it. The Nazi assholes are going to make a comeback. They're using Venus to lure Sam Crow into a trap for retribution.
Prediction number 2. Galen, that trifling mother... He's going to go behind the backs of the other kings and go straight to Clay, and say, hey Clay, there's no way I'm going to allow you to distribute to August Marks.
Prediction 3. The DA is going to start getting really antsy when she finds out that the DNA proves that Torek killed Aaron the hooker. She then will start to play really nasty. Well, dang on, man, I tell you what, that brings us to our final segment. You predicted.
Alright, so last week on You Predicted, we said Wendy was going to crack. We asked you which team she was going to go on. Team Gemma or Team Tara, and why. Now, we think we were a little too early on this prediction. However, we did get some really awesome predictions from our fans that we want to share with you right now.
Got it. I'd like to say thank you to Nattercast for sending a prediction. Nattercast said, Wendy is going to get custody and then go Team Gemma. She'll make a deal with Gemma from a position of power. She'll cut Tara loose. Tara will get wind. Cut a deal with the DA to go free and then come after Wendy.
Awesome
and
prediction. Sandra, we are siding with you as well. She says that Wendy is going to crack like an egg and spill all over the place and side with Gemma. She will be too scared to go against her. Really awesome predictions.
Thank you for sending them in. And hey, Toph, where can they other people send some predictions in to us?
I am so glad you asked, AJ. It's so simple. Facebook.com/TophenAJ. This week's You Predict It question, we're asking you about Unser. He's going to help Tara, but we want you guys to give us some creative ways that he might help her.
And a huge Topher AJ thanks to Tina from SOA.net.
Brad from the Watchers of Anarchy podcast.
And Scene from the Tommy Flanagan's Casting Couch.
And all those lovely ladies at the Ryan Hurst fans page. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, if you actually liked our video, make sure to like, favorite, and subscribe. It really does help us out. All of our links and everybody else that we mentioned, they're down below.
That's it for us this week. Make sure to tune in next week, and thank you again. Laser!